declare and call this meeting to order. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here for this, our city commission meeting, our second commission meeting before second commission meeting in the month of November. And we're going to go ahead and open up with the roll call. We'll start with Commissioner of District 1.
DeAndre Knoxon, District 1.
Thelma Bowie, Commissioner at Large.
Dedrick Johnson, Mayor.
Abel Garza, Commissioner at Large.
Chris Sharp, District 3.
Jamie Clark, District 4.
All right, thank you very much. Let the record reflect that a quorum has been established. We do have 6 of the 7 commission members present, and at this time, we will begin with an invocation. We're happy to have with us today from Peace Lutheran Church, Pastor Matthew Brockman, who is going to lead us in an invocation. Following that, we will be led in the pledges by our Commissioner at Large, Ms. Thelma Bowie.
We pray. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, for you have fearfully and wonderfully created and sustained every living thing. We give you thanks for causing the rain to fall on the just and the unjust alike. We give you thanks for seeing your people in Texas City through this storm season with no major events. We ask for your continued protection. We also ask that you would send us the gift of rain as we are in need of it. We give you thanks for the people of Texas City. We ask for your blessing upon every citizen so that we live in peace with one another and are of help and support to one another. Be with the commissioners meeting this evening and the decisions and plans that are made. By your Holy Spirit, guide us in making these decisions. Help the service of the mayor and commissioners to serve your people. We also ask for your blessing upon all of our city workers. As we are at the beginning of the holiday season, we ask for a special measure of wisdom and discernment for our law enforcement, special safety for our firemen, and extra strength to our EMS. And finally, bless and keep all the preparations and celebrations for Thanksgiving, granting safe travels for family and friends. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer. Amen.
Amen. And the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. All right. Thank you, Pastor Brockman. If there's any news you'd like to share with the community relative to your church, please feel free to do so at this time.
Mostly getting ready to celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior, of course, but we have one event, Campfire and Carols, on evening of the 21st, so that'll be outside, though.
Campfire and Carols, what is that? Is that just a night of Christmas songs and
Yes, sir.
Marshmallows,
Marshmallows and s'mores, hot chocolate if it's cold enough.
sounds good. Thank you very much for being here with us. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'd ask that everyone, as is the protocol in these meetings, we have to silence our phones and remove our hats or shades if we have any inside. Please, thank you very much. At this time, we're going to go to proclamations and presentations. And we do have one that was posted in a previous meeting, and he was unable to make it. And I'm going to start with that one first, because we have a certificate of recognition to Mr. Ronnie Oliver. Mr. Oliver, if you could make your way to the podium here, and I would like to present this to you. Certificate of recognition, the City of Texas City, Texas, on behalf of the citizens and City Commission, does hereby present to Mr. Ronnie Oliver in commemoration of his distinguished service and exemplary leadership in American Legion Baseball. For nearly 4 decades, Mr. Oliver has demonstrated unwavering commitment to the development of young athletes and guiding multiple teams to national prominence, including a World Series championship in 2023. His dedication, integrity, and contributions to youth sports stand as a testament to his enduring legacy and are hereby formally acknowledged with gratitude and respect. In testimony whereof witness my hand and the seal of the City of Texas City on this 5th day of November. Remember, we presented this at a previous meeting. 2025, we're thankful for Mr. Oliver and his commitment to the youth of our community, and that commitment that has existed and lasted for so long. This is signed by myself, Mayor Dedrick Johnson, and attested by our city secretary, Ms. Ramari Lee. On behalf of this entire commission, we want to present to you this certificate of recognition. Mr. Oliver, if you'd like to make some special acknowledgments at the podium or announce anybody you like.
You know, it's been a great pleasure doing what I do for the youth. Not only the college kids, but I've worked with younger generations, you know, throughout the years. I've been doing it for 40 plus years. Thanks to the man upstairs for giving me the direction and the talent to be able to do that. The other thing, I know my wife of 43 years and my 2 kids, sacrifices that they have made for me to be able to give back to the community is just, you know, unspoken. So thank y'all for what y'all recognized, and thank people that support my program. I have a lot of sponsors, and I have a lot of golf buddies that every year I throw a big tournament. They give me a lot of money to help these young men grow and without having to spend any money. And that makes it a little bit easier to recruit them. But my goal in life is to help the youth. Any kid that plays for me, I make sure if they're eligible to go to college, I find them a place to play if they're there. So in baseball in Texas, that's the hardest thing to recruit and get kids scholarships, especially with all the new stuff that colleges go through. But you can take them out of state, and boy, they'll jump on our Texas kids like crazy. But in the state of Texas, it's kind of tough. But thanks for the whole community of y'all's support.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
At this time, we have a few more service awards that we would like to give and acknowledge these people for their service to the city of Texas City. Mr. Gregory Spikes of the Texas City Police Department has been with us for 10 years. Mr. Spikes come on up. Come on up. Yes, sir. Also, with the Texas City Library, Moore Memorial Public Library, we have celebrating 25 years, Miss Christina Martin. Ms. Christina, if you've been here for 25 years, so if there's something you'd like to say at the podium and any acknowledgments you'd like to share with us, you can do so at this time.
Sure. Just want to say it's been a blessing. I started when I was 16 as a part-time shelver, and now I'm the children's assistant, and I've had the privilege to work with 4 different directors who all have allowed me to grow in my job and learn more outside of what my actual job description is. and also allowing me to meet my husband because I worked with his mom for a couple of years. So now I've got my husband, I've got 2 kids that I've had along the way. So it's just been great, and being with the community and helping them and making a difference, seeing them come back and say, oh, you helped me by doing what you did. So it's just been a real honor for me to be there.
Thank you so much. All right, great connections going on at Moore Public Library. Make sure you get your library card. All right, thank you very much. We have, I want to acknowledge Mr. Daniel Meyer of the wastewater treatment plant, has been with us for 10 years also. At this time, we are going to have Assistant Chief, Mr. Manuel Johnson, come up and recognize officers who have successfully completed basic SWAT school.
Yes, sir. You guys want to come up here? Mayor, Commissioners, fellow citizens, thank you for the opportunity to recognize 5 exceptional officers whose dedication and resilience reflect the highest standards of our department. Completing SWAT school is no ordinary milestone. It demands peak physical endurance, sharp mental focus, and an unwavering commitment to service. Today, I'm proud to honor Officer Kelly, Officer Haynes, Officer Bright, Officer Stewart, and Officer McInerney. These officers didn't just meet the challenge, they rose above it. Their achievement reinforces the excellence we strive for in Texas City and strengthens our ability to serve and protect this community. Congratulations, welcome to the team, and thank you for your hard work and dedication to Team TCP.
Yeah. One more time. The SWAT team is a unit in our police department that we hope we never have to deploy, but when we do, we are happy to know that we have men and women who are ready and willing to respond to incidents that require that. And so we're thankful to these 5 men who have joined the ranks of the SWAT team, and congratulations again on your successful completion of basic SWAT school. At this time, we're up to reports. We have a couple of reports, and first we're going to start with Mr. Joe Tumbleson as he gives our annual report on emergency management and homeland security.
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. All right, my name is Joe Tumbleson, Emergency Management Coordinator and Homeland Security Director for the City of Texas City. And just kind of like to kind of go over this stuff again, the 4 main phases of emergency management: mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery. I usually don't have trouble with this thing. This part?
Or if you're nice to Renee, she can do it for you.
Hey, Renee, next slide. Renee's the best. So our primary responsibility is obviously to ensure the safety and security of the public, whether that's industrial incidents, hazmat, weather-related, homeland security, basically any threat to the public. And we do that by using the incident command system to organize multi-agency response. So I'd like to kind of gloss over some of this. We just like to list a lot of the stakeholders that we work with on a routine basis. Next slide. There's quite a few of them, so I'm not going to go through them. Next slide. And then this is what I really want to get to. Some of the most significant events we had occur in our city over the last year. Starting January 15th, we had Winter Storm Enzo approaching our city with a possibility of doing a lot of damage and destruction. So you can go to the next slide. So we knew this was coming ahead of time, and with the help of the mayor and Miss Jennifer Laird and the awesome communications department, we were able to push out a lot of information to the community, help them get prepared, and most importantly, let them know how important it was to stay off the roads. And I think because of this effort of preparedness, you can go to the next slide. And before we move on, Miss Allie Lambert helped develop this PowerPoint. So this next slide wasn't me. Go ahead. We ended up having a really good weekend. Had some snowball fights. Fire department built an awesome snowman. And it, just because of the preparedness and communication with the community, I think we had a great weekend. No major disasters. Next slide. Then on May 16th, we had a significant natural gas leak right in front of the high school at 14th Street in Palmer. We ended up having to close that intersection. We community alerts, letting people know to stay out of that area. This was right before school was going to let out. So big props to the fire department and CenterPoint Energy, who took some unusual steps, a little more risk than normal to make sure this gas leak was mitigated quicker than most. Next slide. Then on June 14th, Marathon had a significant fire at their facility in the RHU. This resulted in a lot of smoke and unknowns for our community, so we issued a shelter in place. You can see on the bottom left there. We issued emergency alerts and asked people to stay indoors until we could get this resolved. And the communication between Marathon and the city during this was excellent. Everything worked exactly like we hoped it would. Next slide. Back on August 17th, Valero had an upset in their units that treat sulfur dioxide, which caused them to emit way higher levels of SO2 than they normally do. You can see on these photos, the gas was escaping their plant and going into Marathon across the street. So we were able to close off this road in time. Again, all these, we had no injuries during these events. We were able to close off this street, send out more emergency alerts, and work with Valero through this process until they could get those units back up and running and treat that SO2. Next slide. Before I get into this, there was one more significant event that happened this past Sunday after I'd already submitted this PowerPoint, but the old P.H. Robinson plant had some decommissioned cooling towers that caught fire. I'm sure probably everybody's heard or seen photos of that. It was pretty spectacular. But basically, it was 5 large wooden structures that caught fire and created an enormous fire and smoke plume in the area. And so early Sunday morning, we were able to use the iPaw system and take over all the cell phones in the Bay Cliff San Leon area and send out an emergency alert to those folks. Just advise them to make sure they stayed out of the smoke. So then Hurricane Beryl, a year and a half ago, we've been working just about every day, every week we work on this. You can go to the next slide. We totaled up about $1.5 million in damages and expenses we had to expend to recover from that storm. So we've been chasing this money through federal grants. So far, we've gotten back about $75,000. But as you see, Category A and Category D, right at $1 million. Those are in their last 2 stages, and we're hoping to see that money really soon. Next slide. And so Hurricane Town Hall, right before hurricane season, we spent a lot of time preparing, going to nursing homes, hospitals, working with industry, making sure everybody's prepared, culminating in this annual Hurricane Town Hall, which I think was a big success. Matter of fact, we were so prepared this year that no hurricane wanted to come anywhere near us. So I think that was successful overall. Next slide. And then we also kind of started using some new technology in GIS to create some weather emergency dashboards using real-time radar, tides, National Weather Service alerts. We can go into Waze now and manipulate that with Google Maps. And using the latest radar, created some operational mapping tools using this new GIS technology. Next slide. And then we had a major reorganization. This year, IT moved under emergency management, which I think just fits for a lot of reasons. One of our main goals is integrating all the cameras, access badging, and alarm systems in the city. So we've been working on that. Next slide. And this is just kind of a graph of what we do when we're not responding to emergencies. We have a lot of equipment we maintain and exercise. Excuse me. A lot of training and drills we go to. We've been working on a hazard mitigation plan for about a year, which is on your consent agenda this evening. If you adopt that, that'll be one of the final steps in improving that hazard mitigation plan. We obviously update our debris and removal contracts, monitor contracts, and we are constantly planning on how best to evacuate the county if we need to. All right, next slide. And then these are just some of the drills. We attended a lot of major drills and exercises through the year. And Next slide. And that's it. I just want to remind everybody to sign up for our emergency alerts. You can go to mytcalerts.com or the Incredible City website and click on notifications and make sure yourself, your friends, and your family are all signed up. And that's how we best are able to communicate with the public during emergencies. And that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Tumbleson. Commissioners, do you have any questions of Mr. Joe Tumbleson?
Thank you for keeping us well informed, Joe.
Yes, ma'am.
You do a good job.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you notice on agenda item 4B, I skipped on that one, and I did not skip that on accident, but I did fail to mention why I skipped it. The recognition of 5 citizens for the heroic and life-saving actions by the police department. The police department has asked me to pull that and table that for another meeting because those individuals could not be here today, and so I do want to just acknowledge why that wasn't touched on. So we'll continue on 5B. At this time, we're at 5B, where we will hear our quarterly investment report from our Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Cynthia Rushing.
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. It's that time of year where we get an update on our investment policy. We provide this report on a quarterly basis, and it is regulated by the Governance Code, Chapter 2256. Our investment objectives for investment policy or investment portfolio is preservation and safety of our principal, the liquidity, making sure that we have the ability to access our cash very quickly, and then while maintaining a good yield, a good rate of return on the investment. We have employed an investment advisory service, Hilltop Securities, and they're helping with us manage our investment portfolio. So the next 5 minutes, we will be going over the quarterly reporting for fourth quarter FY25, and that will consist of July, August, and September. And I will need Renee's help. Okay, so in the investment portfolio, this is the portfolio summary. And so you see here, the last time we had the report was third quarter, which was June 30th of 2025. We had a par value of $205 million compared to $196.5 million as of fourth quarter, September 30th, 2025. The key changes here is that we had some securities that matured. That amount was $114 million. We've also had some withdrawals to the operating account of $10 million, and we've earned $1.2 million in interest earned. If we go to the next slide, you'll see the breakdown of the income summary. So interest income of $1.2 million. We had net amortization of $730,000 for a total net income of $1.9 million. And we go to the next slide. This is showing the portfolio allocation by asset. And third quarter, we had a mix of money market fund and T-bills. So 55% of our investment was in U.S. government T-bills. As I mentioned before, we had a maturity of the T-bills in August. So when we compare to fourth quarter of FY25, which is September 30th, we're basically at 100% in money market meaning cash. The two indications is that one is a pool, the other one is in a money market account. We go to the next slide. This is just providing the detailed security holdings. We have the investment in two locations, two financial institutions. One is Techstar Pool, and the other one is Texas First Bank and a high-yield money market. And you can see what the split is, but that is where our security holdings are. And if we go to the next slide, graph time. So here's a graph. It's a benchmark graph that shows from June 22 to September 25, the yield. So the top line is our 6-month CMT, and that's the benchmark. That's kind of your baseline of your yield for the industry. Is not our yield, but the Texas City yield rate is in the orange. So going back from 22 at 0.66%, we've actually climbed up, and so now we're at the yield matching the benchmark of the 6-month CMT. So for this quarter, or as of September 30th, our yield was 4.2% on our investment portfolio compared to the 4.18% for the benchmark of 6-month CMT. This concludes the investment policy report. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Commissioners, do you have any questions of Ms. Rushing about anything presented here on the investment report?
No, sir.
The report.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, at this time, we will move on and open up our public hearing. And we'll open up that public hearing. Here it is at 5:26 p.m. On our public hearing, you have before us the first item to be considered is to hear comments on the zoning change of 917 8th Avenue North. Come and see Friends Men's Discipleship Program House from District F, Light Industrial, to District SP Site Plan. We'll hear from our Director of Engineering and Planning, Ms. Kim Golden.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, Commissioners. Renee, can you see if I've got a map on there we can possibly pull up? So this is, the location is 917 8th Avenue North. The applicant is Come and See Friends Men's Discipleship Program House. They're seeking a rezoning from District F to District SP so they can continue to operate their program house. The matter went to the Planning Board and was recommended for rezoning on a vote of 3-1. It then went to the Zoning Commission. The Zoning Commission held a public hearing on notice to adjacent property owners. After the public hearing, they deliberated, and the Zoning Commission also recommended approval of this rezoning. There was one in opposition who appeared at that public hearing, and that is before you today with a recommendation for approval. I'm glad
Thank
to
you.
answer any questions.
Commissioners, do you have any questions of Ms. Kim Golden regarding this project? Is there anyone here who wishes to speak in opposition of this rezoning request? Is there anyone here who wishes to speak in favor of this rezoning request? If you wish to speak in favor, you can make your way to the podium at this time. Give us your name, your full name, and your affiliation with this project.
My name is Terry Melanson. I'm one of the pastors at Come and See Friends Church. Also, I'm in charge of what is the Men's Discipleship Home. I'd like to let everyone know that this home was established for men that have been incarcerated, or men that are on the streets, those that you look past that are out there. And what we do is we bring them in and we try to minister to them holistically to help them mind, body, and soul. Once we take them off the street, they're in a program where they're locked in. They have no support from family members, so we are their support. We teach them Bible study. We also provide all of their needs that they have a need of while they're there. And we also educate them in certain other areas where they are lacking things. So there's never been any issues there with these men, because these men don't leave the home on their own. They are accompanied by another member. So they are not on their own. They are not on the street where they're involved in anything. It's a no drugs project. It's a no alcohol project. We drug test them constantly so that we make sure, ensure that they're not using drugs. So they're not on their own, and plus we also involve them in the community. They go to the food bank to work there. Plus, we try to get them jobs after 6 months to get them reinstated back with income on their own, so that at the end of a year, which is our projected time frame, then they can go out and they can go back to work and live on their own. So the program is designed to take them from level 1 to take them to level 5, you may say, so that they can be productive citizens in the city. We've never had an incident where one of these guys has been involved in anything, and we have a good, you could say, a success rate. There's many that have come in and gone out, but as you know, we as human beings, sometimes we falter and we go back to the thing that we know. But overall, we've had a success rate, and there are several men that are sitting here now that are recipients of the program, so the program works.
Thank you very much, Pastor Malonzo. Commissioners, do you have any questions of?
Could I see those gentlemen? Could they stand?
Chris, could you stand, please?
All right.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Dustin, could you stand, please?
Wonderful.
I'm sorry.
Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it. Is there anyone else in the audience who wishes to speak in favor of this rezoning request? You can make your way to the podium at this time, sir.
My name is Wesley Fulton. I'm associate pastor. I teach there on Monday nights, and I am a product of a home like this. I was on the streets, and I was on crack and alcohol. Because of a home like this, it changed my life. In saying that, that home, what it really does, and it did it for me, I was a problem in the community. But now I am a solution for the people in the community, in helping men and women who own drugs, teaching them their behavior, their conduct. And this is what the home does. And this is what they taught me. That's why I today respect, teaching them to respect themselves. And that's what it's given me. That's what this home produced. I am a product of the home out of San Antonio, and I teach at Come See Church on Monday nights. Teach these men that they see me, that they can not stay where they are. They can come out and be a solution in the community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, if there are no further questions, we'll move on to the next item in the public hearing. We will now entertain a public hearing for comments on the zoning change of 1025 Fifth Avenue North, which is Pax Food Store, formerly known as Tiger Mart, from District F to Light Industrial to District D, Neighborhood Services. Ms. Golden?
Yes, sir. So this site has been vacant for quite some time. It was formerly operated as a convenience store and fuel station. It started out as a code enforcement action because there were a number of code violations found to be in place. It was found to not be in compliance with the zoning ordinance in terms of its classification and also setbacks. And there was a concern about the condition of the underground tanks. And so the underground tanks have been removed. Actually, through the code enforcement action, it was taken all the way to an order of demolition. But a forbearance agreement was worked out, and the current owner, or the prospective new owner, is prepared to come in and rehabilitate and bring it up to compliance, both with the zoning classification, which is the step today, but then also has reconfigured the way it's laid out on the property so that it will meet all the setbacks and all the requirements that will apply to it. It did go to planning board and was recommended for approval on a unanimous vote, and then also to the zoning commission, which held a public hearing on notice to adjacent property owners. Likewise, the zoning commission voted to recommend the zoning change on a unanimous vote. And there was nobody who appeared at the public hearing on this matter.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Golden. Any questions, commissioners, of Ms. Golden? Is there anybody here in the audience who wishes to speak in opposition of this rezoning request? Is there anyone here who wishes to speak in favor of this rezoning request? Thank you very much. Our next item on the agenda is 6C. Third and final part of our public hearing is to hear comments on the zoning change of 601 4th Street North, 607 4th Street North, 410 6th Avenue North, and 416 6th Avenue North. Rezoning change from District D1 Limited Service to District A Single Family Residential. Ms. Golden?
Yes, Mayor, Commissioners. So this is a site at the intersection of 4th Street North and 6th Avenue North. It is a location where the EDC, a little over a year ago, undertook to acquire all of this property, which was chopped up into a bunch of small lots, and none of them were buildable. And so the EDC acquired all of them, went through a procedure to have the alleys abandoned, and then has re-subdivided it into 4 lots that are large enough to be built on. And now is in the process, through its various programs, of making those lots available for the construction of new single-family residences. When EDC was doing all that, we should have caught this zoning at that time, and we should have taken it through a zoning change then, but we missed it, and so we're just catching up now. The current zoning designation is D1 Limited Service, and we are recommending a change to District A Single Family Residential for, again, the use it's actually being used for right now. Everything around it is actually developed as single family residential. Planning Board heard it, voted to recommend the change with no objections. Zoning Commission held a public hearing. There was no opposition to appear at the public hearing. And the Zoning Commission also voted unanimously to recommend the change.
Thank you very much, Ms. Golden. Commissioners, any questions of Ms. Kim Golden on this particular property zoning request? Is there anyone present here who wishes to speak in opposition of this zoning change request? Good. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak in favor of this zoning request? Thank you, Ms. Golden. Appreciate it. Commissioners, what's your pleasure on this public hearing?
Motion to close the public hearing.
Second it.
A motion has been made by Commissioner Bowie to close the public hearing, has been seconded by Commissioner Clark. All those in favor state by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Public hearing is closed, and this time we will enter into a preliminary zoning approval of 7A. Consider and take action on the preliminary zoning approval for the zoning change of 917 8th Avenue North, Come and See Friends Men's Discipleship Program House from District F, Light Industrial, to District SP Site Plan. Commissioners, what's your pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been motioned to approve by Commissioner Thelma Bowie, seconded by Commissioner Garza. Any further discussion? All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. This time we're on 7B, to consider and take action on preliminary zoning approval for the zoning change of 1025 5th Avenue North, Pax Food Store, formerly known as Tiger Mart, from District F, Light Industrial, to District D, Neighborhood Services.
I move to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made by Commissioner Clark to approve this preliminary zoning approval, seconded by Commissioner Sharp. Any further discussion? All in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. And item 7C, to consider and take action on preliminary zoning approval for the zoning change of 601 4th Street North, 607 4th Street North, 410 6th Avenue North, and 416 6th Avenue North, from District D1 Limited Service to District A Single Family Residential.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion has been made to approve this preliminary zoning approval by Commissioner Knoxon, seconded by Commissioner Sharp. Any further discussion? All those in favor, vote by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. All right. At this time, we are up for public comments. We have had one person submit a request to address the commission. He's been up here, but if he chooses to return, we want to welcome Mr. Terry Melanson to the podium so he could speak on the zoning change. Do you have any further comments? All right, thank you very much. He shared his comments during the public hearing. We're now up to the consent agenda. Commissioners, you have before you consent agenda items 9A through L. These have been given to you for your observation. If there are any of these you would like pulled for further discussion, you can do so at this time. If not, what's your pleasure?
I move to approve the consent agenda, all items.
Second.
Motion has been made by Commissioner Clark to approve all consent agenda items A through L, seconded by Commissioner Bowie. All in favor, state by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. We're up to regular items 10A, to consider and take action on the first reading of ordinance number 2025-19, amending the Texas City Code of Ordinances, Title 15 Land Usage, Section 159.025, replats, Chapter 159 subdivisions, and providing for publication and an effective date. Ms. Golden?
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. This is an amendment to your subdivision ordinance that will allow minor replats to be handled on an administrative basis. That means it would not have to go to the planning board to be approved. This is authority that has been given to you by state law. You can make this delegation to a staff member. The city has done this as to minor plats and as to amending plats. And, but for whatever reason, the original enactment back in 2008 did not include replats. Can't find out why. It may have just been a slight oversight. But the criteria for a minor replat is basically 4 lots or less. They must have access to public water and sewer, and they must be on paved streets and not require the dedication of any additional right-of-way or easements or anything. And if that is the criteria, and staff has taken it through review and is going to recommend it for approval, then this delegation will allow staff to just go ahead and approve it. It does not allow staff to deny it. If the staff were to recommend a denial of a minor replat, it would have to go to the planning board, and that is the limitation in state law as well. So we presented this to the planning board, and they endorse the amendment, because basically if we don't hand it administratively, it's something else that has to go to them, and they've got a lot of other stuff to be working with. So this is the first reading.
Thank you for that explanation. Commissioners, any questions of Ms. Golden?
I move to approve.
Second.
A motion has been made by Commissioner Clark to approve this first reading of this amending ordinance, and seconded by Commissioner Bowie. All those in favor state by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Regular item 10B, to consider and take action on the second reading of ordinance 2025-07, amending the Texas City Code of Ordinances, Title 15 Land Usage, Chapter 150 Building Regulations, Construction, Chapter 153 Mechanical Regulations, and Chapter 153 Electricity, and Chapter 154 Plumbing, to update the building permit requirements for insurance and surety bond. Ms. Golden?
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. So this is the second reading of an amendment that we are asking you to consider that will make uniform across all of the licensed contractors the requirement for $3,000 minimum liability insurance coverage, and to have that name Texas City as an additional insured. Right now, that is a requirement for licensed building contractors and some of the others, but not all of the others. And so this will make it uniform across every licensed contractor. It's a requirement they have to provide to the state anyway Only thing we're adding is that they make Texas City an additional insured. The other thing that we're doing is requiring a posting of a surety bond in the amount of $10,000. Again, this is something that did apply to some licensed contractors, but not all. We're making it uniform across all 4 of them. We are also raising the amount. The current requirement, where there is a requirement, is $5,000, and this is raising it to $10,000 simply because everything's gotten so more expensive. The surety bond, I'll remind you, is the thing that directly protects the property owner against the contractor either not doing the work or not paying for his materials or paying for his subs. I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Golden. Commissioners, you have any questions of Ms. Golden?
That's the same speech we heard last time. Motion to approve.
All right.
Second.
Motion has been made to approve by Commissioner Garza, seconded by Commissioner Sharp. Any further discussion? All those in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Golden. Last regular item, 10C, we will consider and take action on resolution number 2025-146, awarding ITB 2025-494 and entering into a contract to construct the shelter expansion at Carver Community Center. Mr. Jack Harrelson of Public Works.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. This project is a GLO grant. We received some time back, been working on this. Initially, Mayor and Commission, if you recall, we had intended on building a shelter at both our Sanders Center as well as the Carver Center. That would act as just a recreation room or an addition to those centers until it's needed as a shelter. The FEMA shelter requirements changed between the time of submission and once we were awarded it. And those changing requirements forced us to abandon the idea or the plans to have one of those buildings built at the Sanders Center. If we built one at the Sanders Center, we would have to elevate the building by about 10 feet. So we'd spend all our money just getting up to the shelter. We wouldn't, it became unfeasible at that point. So we had to, and even at the Carver building, it changed a little bit, but it's at least feasible. So that's where we want to build this. We took bids early October, and Integrity Contractors was the low responsive bid at $2,307,777. And it's about 2,500 square foot. The building will be FEMA rated, 500-year floodplain, emergency generator, and it will be have restrooms and showers for men and women. It'll be ready to go in case Joe ever needs to activate it. And hopefully, as soon as we build it, we'll never have to use it for that. So that's our intent. But that's what this is for. It's 100% financed through the GLO grant.
Thank you, Jack. Commissioners, any questions of Mr. Harrelson?
Since we're no longer doing Sanders, are all the funds going to be allocated to Carver, or just still that portion that was originally?
It's going to take all the money to build this one. We tried to beef it up, and we have come with some ideas. If we have any additional money left over of things that we can do, we've been getting with Nicole and with Joe, something that we can help out with that area, just to kind of, we still have to meet the requirements of the grant. So the grant was awarded as it being a FEMA shelter, emergency shelter. So we've came up with some good ideas. If we have any extra money, that we'll be able to do that. We'll bring it before the mayor for his approval.
I move to approve.
Second.
A motion has been made by Commissioner Knoxon to approve this particular agenda item, awarding this contract for the shelter expansion, seconded by Commissioner Bowie. Any further discussion? All those in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. We're up to commissioners' comments. We'll start with Commissioner Knoxon, and if you have any comments for the public, share those at this time.
Yeah, I would just like to thank Pastor Malazan and the entire group organization with Come and See Ministries for the work you do here in the community, guiding those men and women who are trying to, get their lives back on the road. So I just wanted to say, just thank you guys for what you guys are doing here. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. Commissioner Bowie, any comments?
Yes, on November the 6th, the mayor's task force on homeless navigation day was a huge success as usual. And I have a very humorous story because the mayor knows how I feel about people who aren't homeless. I'm also a part of a nonprofit that prepares bags of toiletries to give explicitly to the homeless. So my first visitor at my table, I explained to her that these bags are for the unsheltered. And she let me know. So I came in here and I took a bath and I'm clean. I said, ma'am, it's for the unsheltered. But what I have for you, if you're interested and if you would like it, my organization is giving away turkeys and a box of goodies, everything to go with Christmas dinner. And I could put you on the list, but I need your name, your address, and your phone number. And that day, we got 52 families that we're going to support further, because I received complaints from my organization, the same people show up every year. So now the Homeless Navigation Day will give me an opportunity to recruit new people every year.
Sounds good.
But she let me know she deserved, she didn't get one though.
Thank you for, thank you for that story, Commissioner. Commissioner Garza,
No, thank you, Mayor, no comment.
comments? Commissioner Sharp?
I'd just like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and congratulate Come and See Church. That's in District 3. And so is this. So this is really good news that this is going to happen. So thank you for what you're doing.
Commissioner Sharp?
Again, I
Commissioner
want to
Clark,
thank y'all for, I'm sorry.
I said the wrong name. Commissioner Clark, go ahead.
Thank y'all for all y'all do for our community and for everyone that needs it. Thank you very much. And, as Commissioner Sharp said, I'd like to wish everybody a happy and very blessed Thanksgiving. And I have a message from our favorite Barbara White. The Community Thanksgiving Feast will be on Thursday, November 27th at Kukrow Hall at Our Lady of Fatima School at 1604 9th Avenue North from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. for dinner. Coats, jackets, blankets, and warm winter clothing will also be given away. And thank you, Barbara, for all your hard work on that.
Thank you very much. All right, thank you, Commissioners. Thank you again. Congratulations to Come and See Men's Housing and for all you do and work in the community. I do want to let you know, as you already know, this is just the first of many more steps to come to get, the facility up and running and to where you would have it. But zoning approval was a big hurdle, and congratulations on that. Thank you to our buildings department, our NIS crew, and everybody who may have worked with that entity to service the needs of those men who are a part of that program. And thank you to those individuals who are part of that program, who have gone through the program, who are here at this meeting. We really appreciate that to let us know how effective that program has been. I do want to say that this weekend, November 22nd, is a very important day for the city. It is the first Mayor's Bike Ride. And we are going to ride bikes around the city with Mayor Johnson on about a 9.7-mile route. And so we want to thank the Texas City Police Department and EMS and Parks and Recreation for helping us facilitate that bike ride. We will start at Rainbow Park, and we will pedal our way all around the city to the tune of 9.7 miles, and we will end back up at Rainbow Park. So those of you who love the outdoors and might not even mind getting a little wet, because we're looking for some rain this weekend. This weekend, we might be riding in the rain, who knows?
What's a little rain?
But we're gonna have a good time on Saturday, November 22nd, which is also my birthday, so I'm gonna have fun regardless. But thank you for that. I'm also going to be, he left, but I wanted to acknowledge him. One of our new SWAT graduates, Officer Timothy Haynes, will be participating in the Galveston Battle of the Badges this weekend. Officer Haynes will be fighting a firefighter from somewhere, but I don't remember. But anyway, we want to be wishing him well. One of my organizations, Dedrick Johnson Productions, is one of the sponsors of the Battle of the Badges, and I wanted to just say that we're going to go out there and support him and support the men and women of Texas City Police Department, Fire Department, and all the first responders throughout the area as they participate in that very worthy fundraiser. I'm not going to take Kristen Edwards Thunder. I'm going to let Mr. John Branson have that special announcement that he's going to make. But I do want to thank everybody for participating in the Navigation Day. In the third annual Navigation Day, we did service about 150 unsheltered and potentially unsheltered people in the city of Texas City. And so we are very thankful to all of our community partners and stakeholders who came out to assist those residents, because despite the fact that they don't have a physical home address, or if they're unsheltered or housing compromised, they are still residents of the city of Texas City. Their residence just may look a little different from yours and mine. And so we want to thank everybody for joining in to that effort. And so that's all I have for right now. We'll hear from Mr. John Branson.
Thanks, Mayor. I just want to make an announcement that Kristen Edwards, our Economic Development Director, Kristen, raise your hand over there, please. She was just recently nominated as the Vice Chair of HEDRA, the Houston Economic Development Alliance, which is a major economic development organization in the Houston area that fosters economic development throughout the region. Quite an honor, and she was just named Vice President and ultimately will become President. Congratulations, Kristen.
Congratulations, well deserved. Also, I wanted to announce, I forgot to mention this, our City Secretary, Ms. Ramari Lee, a little under the weather, she's not here, but thank you to Ms. Renee Edgar for sitting in for her. Ms. Ramari Lee was also just elected President of the Saltgrass chapter of the Texas Municipal Clerks Association. And so we're very happy for her as well. So many people doing great things in the city of Texas City. And they're not, just shows you that awards like the one that Kristen has received and the elections and for her and Ramari, it just shows you that people are looking to Texas City for the expertise. And we have great workers and great people who are subject matter experts in their respective areas, and they're respective in their fields all across the state of Texas. And so it feels good to be able to represent in that fashion. I want to say congratulations to both of those ladies again. I want us to keep Assistant Chief Manuel Johnson in our thoughts and prayers. He had to rush out of here. Some of you saw him. Thank you, Captain House, for filling in for him. He did get a medical emergency call for one of his family members, so we want to keep him in our prayers. Is there any other staff members who has any announcements to make? If you do, you can make your way to the podium.
Motion to adjourn.
All right. Thank you, citizens. Pastor Melanson, real quick. Oh, thank you. Meeting adjourned. Have a good day.